The buses of today's New Jersey Transit are a common sight along present-day Main Street in West Orange. But the history of public transportation in town can trace its root back for more than 125 years. It started when the Newark Passenger Railway Company was formed in April 1890. The company had consolidated several smaller horse-drawn trolley lines and began electrification of a trolley line running from Newark to Orange, and proposed extending the new electric trolley line from Orange into West Orange. The future course of transportation history along Main Street was actually decided in the St. Mark's School, which once sat here right behind me near Llewellyn Park and just a short distance away from the current-day town hall. The school was destroyed by fire in 1926, but in 1890 a large meeting room inside the school known as Llewellyn Hall was used as the first West Orange Town Hall. It was the meeting place for the Township Committee, which was the municipal governing body of the Township of West Orange and the equivalent of today's Town Council. On December 1st, 1890, they passed Town Ordinance number 131 right here, which granted permission for the Newark Passenger Railway Company to extend the trolley line from Orange into West Orange. This is the actual book containing the original handwritten West Orange Township Ordinance number 131, which passed into municipal law on December 1st, 1890. But it would still be 14 months before West Orange saw its first electric trolley. Some changes needed to be made to the wording, and it delayed construction on the line entering West Orange for a period of about 1 year. In 1891, a new ordinance also contained in this book was written into law, and construction on the long-awaited trolley line began. It's interesting to note two provisions stated in the first ordinance which were changed in the second version. One, which allowed for both horse-drawn and electric trolleys in West Orange, was changed to electric trolleys only. And the one provision that likely caused a year-long delay was the question of exactly where the trolley line was to end. The original trolley ordinance of 1890 called for the trolley route to extend from Orange through Main Street in West Orange and continue up Eagle Rock Avenue. It called for the line to run up as far as the entrance to Llewellyn Park opposite Mountain Avenue directly behind me, and to terminate near the Orange Quarry, which is the location of the present-day luxurious housing development of Crown View Manor. Apparently, the officials of the Newark Passenger Railway Company realized that overcoming the steep grade of Eagle Rock Avenue was a task not equal to electric trolleys, and sought to change that provision. The ordinance was rewritten and passed into law on December 10, 1891, with the amended provision allowing the trolley line to end at the bottom of Eagle Rock Avenue. When the Township Committee of West Orange passed into law the amended trolley ordinance on December 10, 1891, construction on the extension of the Newark Passenger Railway from Orange to West Orange promptly began. On February 1, 1892, electric trolley service from Market Street in Newark began to this location at Torrey Corner in West Orange. At the time, this piece of open land, now used as the parking lot for Snyder's Hardware, was the location of a hotel known as Dunn's Roadhouse. The cost of a trolley fare was a nickel, and the maximum speed for trolleys, as set forth by the Township Committee of West Orange, was 12 miles per hour. On June 19, 1892, the Newark Passenger Railway finally reached its intended destination as required by West Orange law here at the end of Main Street with the intersection of Eagle Rock and Harrison Avenues. The building, which is occupied by today's West Orange Pharmacy, was built just a few years after the trolley arrived here. At that time, it was a cafe and restaurant with a hotel on the upper floors operated by William Wostendijk. It served as the trolley terminus, and from this point, trolleys could turn around in a track configuration known as a Y to begin the return trip back to Orange and Newark from West Orange. Many smaller street rail companies, such as the Newark Passenger Railway Company, eventually became part of the Public Service Railway. In 1926, the trolley line on Main Street was extended just a short distance to this location here on Mississippi Avenue. At that time, the Y-track configuration, which turned the trolleys around, was abandoned, and a new track loop was created here to turn the trolleys around. It is still known as the Mississippi Loop today and is now used in part by buses of New Jersey Transit, which is a direct linear descendant of the trolleys which first used this location. It's also interesting to note that the route designation of number 21, now used by buses along Main Street in West Orange, is the same route number first given to the trolley line in 1903. Today, the old trolleys of Main Street have both a historic interest and a nostalgic appeal. They have become an iconic image that represents an important link in the evolution of public transportation. To some, they offer a certain romantic appeal to a bygone era, often perceived as a simpler time. When trolleys first appeared on Main Street in 1892, automobiles were practically non-existent, horse-drawn wagons were still a common sight, and most of the town was still considered rural. This began to change after 1900 and progressed forward at a steady pace. By the 1940s, Main Street had become very congested with trolleys and increased automobile traffic. As with any mode of travel, there always are inherent dangers, and the trolleys of yesteryear were no exception. One of the most heart-wrenching accidents involving a trolley fatality in West Orange occurred in March 1947, right here behind me, at the bottom of North Park Drive on Main Street. Two young children, Kathleen Morris, age 3, and Jerome Nichols, age 6, ran out from behind a parked car directly into the path of an oncoming trolley and were struck head-on. The impact instantly killed the 3-year-old girl, and the 6-year-old boy survived but never recovered consciousness and passed away 10 days later. The trolley motorman had applied the brakes as soon as he saw the young children, but there was little he could do to avoid an impact. The entire West Orange community was shaken to the core, realizing it could have been anyone's child. The devastating tragedy demonstrated the importance of safety for everyone, and there's just no way of knowing how many other neighborhood children may have had their life saved because of this accident. It still serves as a timeless lesson and underscores that crossing the street can be dangerous in any century. West Orange has a rich and somewhat unique history regarding public transportation. The town was once served by a railroad with 2 train stations, cable cars, and 4 separate trolley lines, each using a different route. Although little evidence of these modes of travel exists today, some older residents can actually remember seeing the trolleys on Main Street in operation. Many others, like myself, who grew up years after the last trolley left West Orange, can recall seeing remnants of the old trolley tracks, which were highly visible at various places in the street. They even are rumored today to still be buried under layers of asphalt. The Mississippi Loop and the 21 line are survivors from the trolley era that can be seen on a daily basis. However, there is another piece of trolley history seen every day along Main Street that is easily overlooked and hidden in plain view. In 1881, a branch of the Greenwood Lake Division of the Erie Railroad reached this location on Main Street, directly adjacent to St. Mark's Church, and gave West Orange its second train station. In 1894, the South Orange and Maplewood Traction Company opened a trolley line which began directly across Main Street from the Erie Railroad train station. The line ran from West Orange to South Orange and took on the nickname of the Swamp Line since it was built on marshy areas along the route. In 1927, a tremendous storm flooded parts of the line and caused it to sink into the swamp. The line was washed out and not able to survive the effects of the storm and ceased operations. However, part of the old swamp line fronting on Main Street was converted into a trolley turnaround known as the Erie Loop. This was used for all trolleys coming from Orange, but not continuing on to the end of the line in West Orange. Most of this municipal parking lot in West Orange, off of Valley Road near Northfield Avenue, now occupies the old trolley right-of-way where the swamp line began in 1894, and was the location of the trolley turnaround that became known as the Erie Loop. By the 1940s, it was badly overgrown with weeds, but still served a vital purpose as part of trolley operations along Main Street. During the days of the trolley era, the steeple of St. Mark's Church, which is likely West Orange's oldest landmark, towered high above the Erie Loop, just as it does the municipal parking lot of today. It has become part of the hidden legacy of the trolleys of yesteryear and is now used for parking automobiles, which in a large sense helped contribute to the demise of the trolley. Passenger service on the Erie Railroad serving West Orange ended in 1955, and the train station was abandoned and torn down sometime around 1965. But old photos of trolleys in operation on the Erie Loop, looking back towards Main Street, show us just how close the West Orange Erie train station was from this location and help us understand how the Erie Loop derived its name. The name of Erie Loop is still shown on buses of New Jersey Transit not entering West Orange. They still turn around here just as the trolleys once did and show the destination of Erie Loop on the bus marquee. The Erie Railroad is long gone from West Orange, and most riders likely don't realize the historic significance of the name Erie Loop that survives as part of West Orange trolley legacy. Trolley service, which began in West Orange in 1892, lasted until March 1st, 1951, when the last trolley left town, ushering in the era of bus service as the exclusive means of public transportation on Main Street. It survived an amazing 59 years, spanning 6 decades. It was the longest-running trolley route in West Orange and maybe even the longest-running trolley line in New Jersey. Today, the buses of New Jersey Transit continue along the same route as they travel along the familiar roads of home and blaze their own trail into history.